Hello folks and welcome to Erannorth Reborn. We are in the latest version and today we will be playing in a custom game. And the way this is work is that when you go and start the game, go ahead and create your character, you get to pick one of these game modes. And all of this you can create on your own, mix match them as you see fit. This editor here provides you a graphical way to do it, but it exports a JSON file which you can then open and tweak, because these options here are just a fragment of what you can do, and not all the options are of course present in here. So how many enemies we'll have in our normal encounters? Let's say 3 to 5. I will keep the same amount in the elite, because I will be boosting their health by 20% and also the power by 20%. And if you see, there are options to even 4 times the power. You can have even more extreme values if you manually create your game mode or edit the JSON file. Modify enemy resistances. I will keep the resistances in the vanilla setting. The elite will be one level higher than the stage area we are in, the stage we have cleared. So for example, if we are in level 2 stage, we have cleared 2 stages, then the elite will be level 3. The normal enemies will be level 1. For the adventure mode, things are different, levels are indicated, you choose them, but the elite will always be one level higher. And these levels shouldn't be trifled with, because enemies can get really tough really fast if you are under leveled. We'll start at level 1. Nobody will be getting 60% less experience, so things can slow down and relax. No rush to level up. This will provide us with more card options in the long run. I will have some extra hit points and will also get some extra wealth, so I can purchase some cards from the starting turn. I will leave the action points per turn regeneration rate as it is. We can discard cards freely with no cost. We will be playing in the adventure mode, and in particular it will be dynamic. What dynamic means is that whenever we load the adventure world, each area that is not a challenge will now feature different cards. So if, for example, you don't like the cards in some areas, you can do some other areas, then close the game, and next time you are there, you might find those areas more appealing than they were before. The vanilla mode is the vanilla adventure mode is persistent, and the drifter mode is dynamic and constructed. So if you want to make a drifter, you would choose dynamic and constructed. So I'm choosing dynamic, which is as the persistent world, but with the dynamic rewards and challenges. And since we are playing in the adventure mode, it doesn't matter what you will pick here, because there are no stages, there are areas. Bonus reward for completing the run? Oh, no, it's not like I'm planning on completing the run. Adventure mode, you can play for as long as you like. Yes, there is an endgame quest if you like to wrap things up, but that's not how I play the adventure mode. First node after entry means that you could, for example, if you were here in the gauntlets. The first node after your entry would be a town, for example, so you could purchase things, or an event, or a merchant, or an exploration opportunity, or even a boss fight, and that would immediately increase the stage clear ranking. But either way, since we are in the adventure mode, I will leave that unchanged, because the adventure mode areas generate stages differently. Fatigue is when you are playing cards and your concentration drops. When it drops completely, then you start to experience fatigue, and your cards cost more to play them. So when do you want the fatigue to kick in? I will do it after playing 6 actions. We'll also add a toll on retaining our progress. You can choose here permadeath. Death is permanent. Why not? Let's make death permanent. So if we die in our adventure, it's over. You can still redeem yourself from the Book of Heroes, if you like. Draw phase and discard phase. Now, if you add a draw phase, you need to add a discard phase. Let's say I put here always draw 3 cards and equipment, okay? And I put here discard down to 5. Let's say I end my turn and I have 6 cards, then I will discard down to 5. And then I will draw 3 cards, so I will have in my hand 8 cards plus my equipment. And when I click end my turn, I will again discard down to 5 and I will have 5 cards, and then I will draw 3 cards and I will get to 8. So as you can imagine, if you had here draw 5 cards and here discard down to 5, you will end up with 10 cards in your hand, because you will discard down to 5 and then draw 5 cards plus your equipment. So yes, I will leave this discard down to 5, but I will set it as always draw 3 cards and equipment. That will negate the need for having high intellect if you don't want to play a character with high intellect. You could use one of these rules. So no matter what, we will be drawing 3 cards and our equipment. And since we'll be discarding down to, let's make it down to 4. Since we'll be discarding down to 4, assuming we kept 4 cards, then we will start our turn with 7 cards and our equipment. Enemy reinforcements. 2 enemies every 2 turns if enemies are less than 3. Sounds about good. Progressively stronger reinforcements. Now it's I have talked with people who told me, hey, you know what, I like to level my cards, and so I just keep using them, and the reinforcements by itself aren't a big deal. So I can keep delaying, level up my cards, then move on, and I am the boss. But if you enable these progressively stronger reinforcements, then the more you procrastinate to clear the stage, then the tougher these reinforcements will be getting. So progressively their level will start to increase till at some point it will be too late. They will be way too strong for you and they will overrun you. So you need to find a balance between leveling your cards and clearing the stage as fast as you can, Personally, I never try to level the cards. I just play with the cards I have. I clear the stage whenever I can clear it. And yes, I might delay a turn, but that would be usually to put a summon into play or something along those lines. Never find the need to, delay the run. Node-based rules. In the adventure mode, there are ley lines which change whenever you go into a forest. Some affinities are penalized, some are stronger. This also affects your summons, and you have to adapt your deck to the various areas of the adventure world. There is also ambushes, and there is also the node-based rules, which include, for example, if concealment will be penalized that day, or if the vampires have an issue with daylight, for example, their healing factor is lower or whatever. I will keep all the node-based okay, that's node-based rule sets enabled. This is the last option here, which is misspelled. And special hunters, you can create a mode similar to Seer or Mentalist with the visual puppeteer options here, where you get to choose how the next stage will play out. Or you can add the hourglass button in game modes that normally don't have it. But since the adventure mode comes with the hourglass button preset, I will leave it to no. I will change here to active equipment. This means that instead of automatically using my equipment, I will be drawing it to my hand, and they will be a subject to fatigue. So let's increase that to 8. Because normally passive equipment isn't subject to fatigue. And I don't want to have a pressure when shopping towns. I want the time to stop and use the inventories as I see fit. Stores will still get closed at night. I can rest in the inn to make them reopen or loiter, but they won't advance while I'm searching for cards to buy. And this is our new mode. I will call it how would I call it? Let's call it My Adventure. Export and reload. New character, and it's here, up to the top. My Adventure has all these modifications we chose, and we will be playing this adventure shortly, actually in the next video, because I want to think first what character I'm going to play. So I hope you are enjoying creating your own game modes in the meantime, and I will see you